Recording in progress.
Hey everybody, this is immigration lawyer John Khosravi. Thank you for joining us on our regular Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time show where we take your questions live on TikTok, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on YouTube. Didn't do Facebook today. Why not? Let's not give Facebook some extra stuff. Let's spread it around a little bit just on these ones. But we do is we come here, we take your questions live about U.S. immigration. It's a complicated topic that's always really troublesome because it changes a lot. And there's a lot of political changes going to be happening in the next 2 years. So you got to get ready. You better get your cases started. Shahro says, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you too. Start shooting out your questions. We're going to talk general education kind of stuff. It's not intended for individual guidance. You got to keep a private conversation with what's going on because sometimes you got to analyze your case in a lot of detail. So we're going to take questions here live. If you haven't already and you're interested in a fiance case, the marriage green card case, something like that, download my ultimate marriage green card guide, John's ultimate marriage green card guide. Go to the website, marriageimmigrationlaw.com. It's a 40-plus page PDF. Again, that's marriageimmigrationlaw.com. Vanessa Waters says, good afternoon. Same to you. As Paul does as well from Canberra, Australia. Well, thank you. I think it's the morning there right now. What time is it in Canberra, Australia? The capital of Australia, which a lot of people don't know, is Canberra. I knew that one. I saw a game show where they're asking if people didn't know. But first question pops up: how long does a fiance visa case take? And unfortunately, it takes a long time. There's multiple parts to it. First of all, you got to submit a form I-129F to show you're really a couple. That's going to take right now 15 to 18 months. Unfortunately, it's slowed down a lot. Then you got to wait for the U.S. Embassy to schedule an interview. That could be 3 months. It could be 9 months there. And then it could be longer even. I have places it takes over a year. And then after the visa interview happens, sometimes they give the visa next day or two, sometimes 6 months, a year after that. And then once you enter the United States, you get married, you file for a green card. Could be 3 months, could be who knows how long until it happens. So the processing times are vague. To get the person here on fiance visa, probably right now it's going to take at least 2 years. So that's why it's not really usually a fiance visa isn't a wise way to go. But that's that. Paul from Canberra says it's 10 a.m. Wednesday, so it's a good time. I should set up my Australia meetings around this time. But thanks for coming on the show, Paul. I appreciate it. Good to have you. Kedan says I want to file a mandamus lawsuit because the wife is going to have cancer surgery, and I've been AP for 3 months after my spouse visa interview. I'm sorry to hear about your spouse. That's horrible. Get the lawsuit in. That's a good idea. Hopefully it works pretty fast. You could do like a injunction thing for it too. We had a client whose wife was pregnant and we needed to get him. And the lawyer that we had handle it filed, I think, like a preliminary injunction, something to force them within like 24 hours of filing the case. The U.S. Embassy contacted them and said, hey, come pick up your visa. Faith asks, how long after interview gets scheduled? After how long the interview gets scheduled, after approval or the sponsored documents? It depends on the embassy. I think what you're doing is you're doing consular processing with the National Visa Center, and they've accepted the documents called documentary qualified. How long does it take to get an interview after that? It's up to the embassy and how backed up they are. There's no fixed time. Mike says green card security clearance is the same as citizenship clearance. I mean, there's no official clearance. They do background checks and they have it their own way. They don't tell us how it all works. Sir, my case is recently denied. I appealed to BIA. Is there any chance for winning? That question, unfortunately, is not something that could be answered. Maybe yes, maybe no. The answer is pretty worthless. So you got to have someone analyze your case. And at the end of the day, it's up to BIA, not up to me. Kendon says, do you file mandamus lawsuits for us? We have started. I'm doing myself, but attorney my firm does. Email the office, info@jqqlaw.com, and we could take a look at it from there or send you to a colleague that does. David Christian says, how long does it take for an undocumented student to get his green card through work? They might not be able to get their green card through work if they've been undocumented. There's problems there. Marco says, anyone am U.S. citizen. My wife's case at NBC. I got a new baby last week. Congratulations. How to start the process for the kids. If your kids may be citizens already, depending on how long your wife was in the United States. If she doesn't pass on citizenship automatically, she has to directly file for them. It becomes a whole thing. So you might have to get green cards for them. You might be able to schedule directly with the embassy to make it faster. It really just depends on what's going on. Gary at Garvas, hey, I haven't gotten approved for my green card. I filed in 2011. I'm from India. My grandparents filed on my dad's name. Can we file a case in the U.S.? I don't know. It depends on if you're still on that case, and those cases take a while. I mean, a parent to a child. I'm not sure what the backlog is on those, but it hasn't been moving forward in the last 2 or 3 years. So it depends on the priority date that you have and whether you've aged out of that case or not. So Garv, schedule private consultation so we can see what's going on with your case. All right, you got some questions on YouTube. Cat asks, thanks for doing this live video. You're welcome. I'm a green card holder out for 8 years, was served an NTA with no date or court address. Sorry to hear that. My NTA was served a month ago, but I cannot find a number in the IR system. Typically, how long will be filed if our case? The whole system of the NTAs and all this stuff is such a mess with USCIS. There's no answer I can give, and I can't give answers of what are the chances. It's not about chances, especially when I don't know anything about your case and all that. It's not enough information. Imad asks, I applied for adjustment of status through F1 through marriage U.S. citizen. It's been 7 months. And I did not get work authorization. Is that normal? Yeah, these timelines are all over the place. Sometimes work authorization comes out of 2 months. Sometimes it doesn't come at all. It's like all over the place. There's no normal. And that's that. What's the prediction for Visa Bulletin? I don't have predictions. No clickbait here. Daughter is a derivative beneficiary, but nothing filed for her. Can she still visit on her valid B2 visa? She could attempt to, but it's up to that. My I-730 is taking longer than 3 months. So I-730 is there's somebody who has an asylum case in the United States and they want to bring their family members. Typically, those cases are taking forever, like 12 to 18 months, 2 years. But we recently filed I-730s and got a whole family approved in like 45 days. It's pretty incredible. But these timelines are all over the place. David Chris says, how long does it take to get green card through work? There's a lot of factors we need to know. What country you're born in, what category you're applying for, what your background is. So there's no fixed answer on that question. Elizabeth asks, good evening. I'm a green card holder from the last 2 years, but my 2 daughters came across the border, are in New York. Can I file them age 34, 27? If they came without status, it's not going to work out. So Elizabeth, you need to have private consultation to see what's going on. Ganesh says, when do I withdraw my asylum application if my marriage green card is underway? I can't give individual legal guidance, but generally speaking, like you want to get the green card in hand, then deal with withdrawing something like that. Make sure you always have something to hold on to. You don't want to do too soon. Danny asks, can a green card person adopt child from outside the country? What is the minimum age in California? Adoption as own adoption law is separate. If you're asking about giving status to that person, the adoption process has to be complete before the age of 16 for you to be able to give status to that person. But we don't handle adoption cases here, so I'm not an expert on that. How long does U.S. service member sponsor spouse take? If you're active duty and the embassy that you're dealing with is cool, it could be like 2 or 3 months. But if you're dealing with an embassy that's like horrible, it might have to take just as long as anyone else, like 2 or 3 years. I got a 10-year ban. Can I come back after my ban? Yeah, you could always do a waiver of the ban too, potentially, depending on what your reason is. I'm going to have to mute somebody to ask a question a million times. Bad thing when you mute somebody in TikTok is it like fast forwards it a lot. Okay, let's go back where we were. I filed the I-130 petition for my family, but now I'm divorced. I want to make expedite requests for my kids. Okay. That's fine. Now, what you probably did is you filed one for your spouse, but I don't know. Yeah, this is I don't know. There's no question there. We gotta analyze your case in private. Vanessa asks, hi, can my husband be on my mom's green card process as financial support with me? Yeah, if he's a household member, he could be added. I got to attend you. Can I please answer me? I filed I-130 petition for my family, but now I'm divorced. Or answer that one. My I-131 denied in case still pending almost up to 1 year. I don't know if it's denied. I don't know how it's still pending. How do I fix name spelling on a pending I-130? You just contact USCIS and let them know what the error may be by calling and by mail. Paul asks, after being documented qualified in late March, I finally have my interview date in Sydney Consul in October. Any advice how to negotiate the interview? Cheers, mate. No, I mean, I don't know the details of your case, so I don't know what to watch out for. But just as long as everything is legit and legal and stuff, then you be yourself and how good to go. But I don't know anything about you to tell you this or watch out for that. Kata says, should I move to California or New York where immigration courts are friendlier to aliens? I can't advise someone to do forum shopping. I just came to the U.S. and I got my social security number, but not green card yet. Can I marry with girlfriend from Germany? Sure. I mean, I don't know why not, but I don't know all the details of your case. Hana says, I filed the I-130 petition for my family, but now I'm divorced. Answer that question or that statement. Is gestational diabetes and hypertension a good reason to expedite your husband's I-130? I don't know. Contact USCIS to see what they think. I got approved for a green card from last year, November, but I haven't received it yet. Why is that? Sometimes they lose it. Sometimes call them to see if they lost it. If not, sometimes they just take forever to send it. My husband is a U.S. citizen. I need to know I file asylum. My husband is U.S. citizen. I need to know I file asylum. Y'all have to work on writing these questions much better. I know it's on your phone and everything like that, but we can't answer questions that at least I can't make sense out of. If PD is granted, how can I work in the U.S.? Some PD comes with work authorization and permission, but you have to file for it. I work with the fake social security number at a restaurant. Is that a problem? It can be. Some states find that as as fraud and becomes problematic. How long does USCIS answer that question? Do you assist with spousal visa? That's the primary thing we do, Sharp. Download my guide first, the Ultimate Marriage Green Card Guide at marriageimmigrationlaw.com. And schedule a private consultation. We can help you out on that. Hondo says, I filed I want their petition my family, but now, all right. Okay, I got to mute that. It keeps asking the same question. Mute. Okay. Let's go back a little bit now. Gian asks, I filed my Form N-400 for citizenship since May 2020, but I haven't received my appointment. Any other issues? I don't know. Sometimes it takes a while. May need to wait. I don't know. But just every case is different. Shiraz said, okay, so how long will it take? Kata says, how long will it take for a green card holder mom to apply for a green card holder adult child over 21 single? It's going to take a while. If you have to go to the visa bulletin, and green card holder filing for adult child is called the F2B category if the child's unmarried. And that category really hasn't moved, and I think maybe it's gone backwards. But if you look at the September visa bulletin, it's changed every month. So whatever answer I tell you here could be different next month. But that case will inevitably take, if you're from everywhere in the world except for Mexico and Philippines, it's going to take like at least 8 years, if not probably longer. It's all over the place. Just says, please, can I have proper answer? I want to change my visitor status to work permit. I'm inside the USA more than 9 days. How can I do that? If you want a proper answer, you know what to do. Schedule a consultation. This is almost impossible to ask what you're doing for unless you're a person with a lot of skill and talent and extraordinary ability or something like that. Almost impossible. Or maybe if you're a Canadian and you work in certain job categories and have certain education. But if you want a proper answer, the place to do it is in private. This is just a general forum and stuff like that. You shouldn't be expecting those kind of things here. Shira says, I was documented qualified in March. Wait, what's going on? Did we answer that question already? Father and wife. Yeah, so I think we answered that question in other places. What's the processing time for I-824? It's all over the place. It could be 3 months, could be 2 years. Andrew says, I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm planning to get married in Ethiopia next year. If we are having babies, where do we get the kid U.S. social security numbers and citizenship? How long till you get them? Well, if you could pass down citizenship, you'll get the passport and consular record of birth abroad from the U.S. Embassy. You could get a social security number potentially so the international office of the social security office, but it's a mess doing that. It's probably easier to come to the United States and get it for them. And it could be relatively fast. It really depends on the bureaucracies, how well they're working at the time. Namia says, hello, I'm a U.S. citizen. Have an interview next month. All my kids' birthdays. Hello, I'm U.S. Has an interview next month. You guys got to make it hard. She all kid birthday certificates, even if they're coming with her. I'm not sure what you're saying, man. So probably you do, but I can't say for sure. Paul says, the only potential issue is my spouse is 20 years older, but we've been together for 7 years. Age, I haven't had problems with age things. Omar says, 10-year green card holder, which is based on marriage. We're divorced now. How do I need to prove my relationship bona fides and naturalized because I don't have much record? Won't usually go into it. So, just try to have something. Alisane says, Diop says, hey, Johnny, good to see you again. Thanks for coming on the show again. YH says, a new immigrant just arrived to USA on RF5 visa. Can he go back to his home country without receiving a green card? When you get your immigrant visa through the U.S. Embassy abroad and you fly into the United States, upon entry and stamping on that visa by the U.S. CBP, that visa becomes a green card for 1 year. So even if you don't have the physical green card, that immigrant visa stamp will be a green card for 1 year. It could be used. Paul says, cheers to you. Good luck on your interview. Let us know how it goes. Also says, how long does it take to get your passport back, the visa stamp after interview? Could be 1 day, could be 3 years. I mean, it's all over the place. Sherry says, do you file mayonnaise sauce files if you go? We do sometimes. Email the office, Sherry, and we take it from there. Madden says, I'm a U.S. citizen. My fiance is Canadian citizen. Is it better to bring him as a fiance or marriage visa? Download my guide, The Ultimate Marriage Green Card Guide, Marriage on at marriageimmigrationlaw.com. Typically, marriage is better because fiance is a waste of money, but it depends on the backgrounds and stuff like that. So we got to look into it. Just keep saying, is there hope? You don't need hope. You need answers. So this kind of wishful thinking is unnecessary. Just talk with a professional and see what's going on. Martin says, can you please ask once? You are making it hard for us, others, and him to read. Please ask once. Yeah, that's definitely just. Thank you. So Kira says, I've been in the U.S. for 23 years. I was so scared, and I am foreign-born U.S. citizen, but I can't prove it. I'm from the U.K., married, divorced U.S. citizen. I have one child. You got to get your parents' documents to see how you're documented and get a certificate of citizenship. You don't want to walk around with that one. Carter says, have you seen more PD granted because of Doyle's memo? I don't really handle a case, of course, an immigration case, cases in immigration court. Having said that, I'd never believe this idea of what other people are doing is going to apply to you. You have your own case and your own facts. So you should just focus on that and not be like, well, other people getting or not, more or less. You got to focus on your own arguments and not look at that. Kira says, can I fix this mess? I don't have paperwork to prove citizenship. I don't know. I got to talk with you about your family and stuff like that. Kada says about experience. I don't deal with it with immigration court at all, so we don't accept those kind of cases. No experience. I mean, I have historic experience, but I don't touch those cases for 10 years now. On the first, I'll give a notice of intent to revoke after an interview with no valid reason. I have a lot of evidence to prove this, but wasn't given an opportunity. What do I don't know. You should have a lawyer before you contact. You should be talking with lawyers in private. Namia says, my mother has an interview next month. Does she need to have all her kids' birth certificates for her interview? Some embassies will require it, and then some officers will say it doesn't matter. So if they have it, it's better. Just to follow up an IR5 visa question, I thought visa is valid for a few months and not for multiple entries. The visa is valid for a few months and one entry. But once it's stamped, it becomes a green card temporarily and holds you over for 1 year. Andrew says, hello, Andrew again. Do we have to inform U.S. Embassy in Ethiopia since I'm planning to get married in Ethiopia? You don't have to inform them of the marriage, no. Okay, let's see. Okay. Wife arrived on an SV1 visa and applied for M400, 2 years and 6 months post-arrival. Any issue? I would say wait the full 3 years. That's just my general thing I prefer. Now, they could still hassle your wife for having long absences in the past, even if they arrived at SV1. It's going to be up to the officer. And the goat mess says, I approved for my green card from last year, November. I haven't got I answered that. Can a child with pending I-130 filed by U.S. citizen sister, USCIS, will see her case 13 to 20 years? I'm not sure what the question is. Can I adjust my status by marriage to a citizen if I work without permission? Yes, the work without permission is forgiven, but as long as you don't say you're a U.S. citizen to get it, stuff like that. File says, I went for a visa and got true then. They called me back and canceled. I'm sorry to hear that. Is there any way to remove the 10-year ban? There are waivers, but it depends on the background and all that kind of stuff. What do you know about the stateless law? I don't really get into that. I saw they said something about it, but it doesn't really apply to my cases. User 6 says, hi, I have a question. My husband's sponsored my brother. Is it possible? No, your husband can't petition for your brother. It could be a joint sponsor or something like that if you file for him. F21 to IR1 change case in April 23 when expect interview. And it's not about embassy, it's just backed up. There's no expectation of getting an interview at all over there. Can I just name was updated? What's that mean? VAWA status? It means your name spelling was changed or something like that. Can my girlfriend for Germany stay if K have only SSN, not green card? No, they have to have some sort of status to stay here. 601A wait times. Yeah, they're going almost 2-3 years now for 601As. How long N400 CADE actively review take? There's no fixed time whenever they get around to helping you. How do I renew PIP? It usually doesn't come up to have to renew PIP, but probably the same way that you got it in the first place. Is new visa bulletin going to affect the old applications? Asking F2A category. It can if the final action date changes. It changes. Sam says, what's the process for spousal sponsorship if husband is in Canada, wife's in the U.S.? The same as for everyone else. So download my guide, The Ultimate Marriage Green Card Guide at marriageimmigrationlaw.com to schedule a private consultation to talk about your case. Nor says, pass my interview and test for naturalization. It's been 4 months and no updates. Can you please tell me, should I wait or call them? You call them, letter, yeah, do everything you can. They shouldn't take more than 120 days, so follow up with them. I-130 is approved. I-485 is pending. What does it mean? It means I-130 is approved and I-440 is still pending. It's exactly what you said to me. Okay, we gotta get through these repeat questions that come up. My mom has a B1, B2 visa, but missed the biometrics for extension, and we applied for I-130, but denied. Why was your I-130 denied? How does that happen? So contact, have a private consultation. That's a serious situation. How long does N400 being reviewed take? It just depends. Sam says, what is the process? Oh, you're welcome. Your answer to that question. Thank you for coming on the show. So we're rapid fire here, trying to get all the answers we can and these kind of things. How much ballpark are attorney fees for complex naturalization cases? 2,000 to 20,000. That's a good ballpark. 6 to 1 8 wait times. Since we already talked about that, taking forever. Green card process in California faster than New York. It just depends on every single case. It's nothing like that. What he is saying is pay him 50,000 and he doesn't know. Is that what I'm saying? How long do N400 case active review take? I guess it's asking the same question, man. I gotta mute you in a second if I hear to see that again. My old ceremony is canceled. Can I get another one? That's up to them whenever they do it. What is the processing time for applying for a green card to spouse and minor child if I have a green card? Right now, it's like backed up like 6 years, but it could change next month. You're welcome. Newer out there says, what's the processing time on I-240? 3 months to 18 months average. Have you any info on invitation for Haitians for parole in the United States? No, I don't keep track of that parole program. Don't have any Haitian clients, unfortunately. So, Anmar says, your YouTube channel is so very helpful. We're approved and DQ waiting. Thank you so much. You're welcome. God bless you. So for those who know, watching other things, we have 1,000 videos, I'm going to say thousands, but at least 1,000 videos that really answer every single question you have here. We've done a video on it. It's on YouTube. So if you check out the JK Law Firm YouTube or you call US Immigration Talk, all your answers are there. We get so many people who just do their cases and watched it and helped them through the process. So if you don't get your answer here, I have full answers for everything because 99% of things being asked here are the same things being asked every week. And so what he did is recorded these, just made the clips, and it's all online. It's just do a little research. They're all there. But I know 99% of people won't do that. So I just come on the live show again and share my personality to do it. But thank you so much, Anne-Marie. And congratulations on getting to DQ phase. Unfortunately, interviews are all over the place. Miguel says, and also, when can I travel by receive the green card? If you got a green card and it's valid, you could travel as soon as you get that. Have your passport and stuff. Immigration said they received my medical exam, but it won't show as uploaded. I don't know. The computers aren't reliable. Did I get it? My boyfriend's asylum was dismissed, reopened. A new case. If we get married, will be an issue. I'm a citizen. Well, it's going to be once you get married, when your case is in immigration court, there's a higher standard because they don't tend to believe you. So it's still possible to fix it since you're a U.S. citizen, but you just got to be more cautious and more paperwork and fight it a little more. It's just going to be more legal work, really. Why it says green card holder parent can file I-130 for single child. Can he also sponsor a divorced child? Yeah, if the kids are single, they could file for that. It's going to take a while. And they can't get married. They have to stay single if the mom's a green card holder. Can I adjust my asylum to my married visa? I'm not sure what that means. How long does N400? Okay, Nature, I got to mute you at this point. Too much of the same question. All right, let's see. Miguel says, how long for USCIS to produce my green card for I-40? Usually it's a week or two, but sometimes it goes like a year. Sometimes they lose it. What happens if I lost my tourist visa appointment? Then you get a new one. How much time we got? I got 10 minutes. Come on, it's good questions. 10 more minutes. I'm on F1 visa. Jay wants F1 chain of status, but my spouse's F2 interview got rejected 2 times. So that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. What happens? Okay, we'll answer that question. Sorry, I got to mute a bunch of people for asking the same question over and over again. Okay. Do you have any updates on I-751s? There are no updates on I-751s. Is there a compassionate green card for a child who needs specialized care? Not really. 618 waiver time, Mumbai. The 618 waiver has nothing to do with India. That's done by USCIS, and they're all taking horrible time. Youssef says, can you talk slower? I get that request all the time. Yeah, unfortunately, no. In my head, in my mind, it sounds super slow when I slow down. I try to do that. If we have a consultation, I slow down. But here, there's all these questions. I want to get to everyone's question, and because my mind is set on reading and have all these recordings going around me, it takes away my brain power to slow down, and it makes it less fun for me too. So it helps everyone's English. So I know a lot of people who are foreign. I've tried to learn Spanish for 15 years now, but I can't because Spanish speakers, I talk so fast they can't figure it out. So that kind of goes against what I'm about to say right now. But hey, it might help your language to keep up with me on this kind of stuff. I'm sorry about talking so fast. I appreciate what you're saying, but with as many stuff I have to do right now, the brain power is limited to focus on slowing it down. Especially because I'm excited about answering questions. I love talking about U.S. immigration. I'm here. I've been doing this for years now, and if you have thousands of videos here, and I write books and magazines and podcasts on immigration, I just get too excited. When I get excited, I talk fast. Okay, so Shargo says, I filed I-130 at Pakistan Embassy. My wife's interview, embassy chose me Abu Dhabi for wife. Until now, Abu Dhabi has given Afghan citizens. I'm not sure what your question is, but be happy they give you Abu Dhabi, even though Abu Dhabi is saying 2 years because Pakistan is taking longer. Farah says, thing is a family member call in and lie to me that they canceled. Now I'm having time to get back visa. I'm not sure what happened, but you probably screwed. I'm not sure what happened there, but it's hard to fix stuff when someone accuses you of fraud and they listen to them. Getting back to fixing things is a hard one. Oops, something fell. Okay. Naturally says, I interviewed 8 months ago. Was supposed to hear back 3 months ago. Say I heard back. Sorry about that. I don't know. How long does it take to get for a green card holder to take their spouse? Years. Can we expedite the sibling visa application? If yes, let me know. No, the timelines for siblings, it is what it is. You got to wait for that to go through. What does CR6 mean? CR6, is that conditional relative child or something like that? I'm not sure. Just put it into Google and the explanations are there. Anything faster than the I-130? Dreamer student for minor sister of USA citizen. Well, Dreamer is not going to work right now. She's a minor. If she's out of status, then there's nothing much you can do. There's some exceptions, but not much. Charles says, what to do? Why embassy chose Abu Dhabi for my wife? They might have made a mistake. It really depends on where your wife's living. Contact them if you really want to see what's going on. Jazz says, are processing times faster for marriage now under Biden administration? If you're doing an adjustment of status case, the case in the United States, they're incredibly faster when you're married to a U.S. citizen. But if you're outside the U.S., no, they're just as bad for most countries. Most of New English. I hear you, Youssef. I hear you, but I just want to answer a lot of questions. So unfortunately, the speed of my speaking, I'll try to slow down a little bit. Hi, legal entry. Can marry U.S. citizen get green card inside country? Usually no, except unless there's an exception for your case. Aldair says, I filed the I-130 for my spouse and was approved. I then filed the I-824 because you put the wrong place where you want case processing. How long does it take my spouse to get interview? It's going to take forever. Aldair, that's really the proper answer. Farah says, they say I have to get a visa waiver, but Barbados is not on there. I don't know, Farah. This is too individualized. You got to talk with attorney in private, see what's going on. If you're convicted of the felony, will you lose your green card, get deported? It's possible depending on what the felony is. How could I get my fiance from Yemen an I-29F foreign visa? Well, I-29F is something you submit in the United States, and then they have to go to visa appointment. Yemen doesn't have an active embassy, so your fiance has to go somewhere else. It's going to be a long, drawn-out nightmare. And from Yemen, they don't have the best documents like birth certificates and stuff like that a lot of times, unless they're younger. So it's a nightmare, but it's doable. Please, are B1 and B2 visa individual visas or combined visas? They could be individual or sometimes they combine. So there's a B1, a B2, or a B1, B2. They do issue both ways too. King says, I got 221G white slip. What will be the further process? It's written on there. It might just say wait. My I-485 was transferred to the embassy to my local office. What can I expect decision? There's no expectations of when of time. I want to do a change of status for my illegal husband. He has a felony dismissed without prejudice. You got to talk with the attorney in private. That's pretty serious. 31 days since my I-485 and I-130 approved. I only received the paper saying approved. Yeah, sometimes it takes a while to get the green card out. Love Singh says, I'm a little late to apply for I-751. Green card expires in October 2024. Does that affect my file? I'll file next week. I'm a little late to apply, so my green card expires. If it expires in 2024, why are you trying to file it now? You're a year early. Not sure what your question is, Long. Fatima says, hello, my husband, U.S. citizen. We got married within 90 days. And now he refuses to adjust my status. What do you think I should do? I don't know. I don't know. Why is he refusing to apply for adjustment to provide a case for you? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. After a green card, how long take your green card? Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. More details on conditional green card outside U.S., please. I mean, what do you mean more details? Download my guide, the marriage immigration guide at marriageimmigrationlaw.com. Has all the answers there. It's too generalized a question to ask. The general asks, only got a couple more minutes. After approval, how long does they get the green card? All over the place. Let's see. After okay, we're getting a lot of repeat questions. Thank you for your service. My favorite lawyer in the world. God bless you. Thank you, Jimmy Khan. God bless you. Thank you so much. Very nice of you. How long does it take for administrative processing? 1 day to 3 years average. How do I talk to you private? You got to schedule a consultation. Either email us to briefly describe your question or go to jqklaw.com. We have a button for schedule a consultation. There are fees and they're high fees, so prepare for that. Love Singh says, 2023. Love, I can't give individual legal guidance here. So, schedule private consultation with review of stuff. This is too individualized. I can't take you on as a client through a video show. Will you be deported if convicted of a felony? It depends what the felony is. Maria says, thank you very much. You're welcome. Is there a way to stay after your master's degree, like to apply for a green card? Maybe, depending on what you're studying, what work you're doing, maybe file NIW, but it depends. What does it mean when you get a same appointment for biometrics and RFE I-693? It means you guys got to answer those and go there and take care of it. All right, let's take 2 more questions. Let's find some good ones. Can I get a green card for studying the U.S. PhD? Maybe. They've gotten pretty lenient for national interest waiver categories. Depends on what you're studying. Especially if you have a STEM and you do some good work, maybe. Does VAWA automatically waive unlawful status? Yes. I said that answers depending on what you've done in the past, but unauthorized status is forgiven for VAWA. Does USCIS look at social media accounts? Maybe. Tell me something about J1 visa. It's a visa that you get. It's a culture exchange visa. There you go. I-589. When are they getting social security number? Whenever you get the work permit or approved for asylum. Okay, a couple more TikTok questions, and then we'll call it a day. We got 2 more TikTok questions. My mom is a resident, but I'm 18. Can I still get a green card through her? Maybe if you haven't violated your status, if you're in the United States or something like that, but it's possible. Honestly, with the way the visa bulletin is now, you might age out. You might be too old, but that could change next month. So if your mom's good to do it, you got to get it started. But talk to her in private because I don't know where you are and what your background is to be able to give you advice on doing something or not doing something. What to do when you got denied for not responding for RFE on time? That's a terrible situation. Nothing you could do most of the time. It depends on what it was that was asked and how much you want to fight it and luck, but it doesn't look good. Yusuf said, I traveled outside U.S. on a conditional green card for 3 months. I came back last month. Can I travel again? Sure, just don't stay out too long and keep your life in the United States. And one last question. This won't be the last question, but do you think visa bulletin will advance soon? No, I have no idea what's going to happen there. My email address is info@jqklaw.com. Wherever you're watching me, there's going to be a profile part. If you click on it, all my information is going to come up. So it's very easy to find my contact information. Just put my name, my law firm name in. There'll be a million stuff on Google that pops up. And the last official question that we could do, because all the questions are about timelines and things that I don't have answers for, is drum roll. Come on, good question. Okay, no good question. Sorry for those asking questions. I'm saying it's not a good question, but it's the reality. Okay. I have filed for VAWA and I recently got a PFA for my husband. Does that help with my case? Probably. I don't handle the VAWA case at our firm, so I'm not a good person to ask about VAWA cases, frankly. You best to talk with my associate about it, who'd schedule a lawyer. You said best lawyer. Thank you. God bless you. Gene says, what's next when I-130 is approved and USCIS asks for a medical exam? You give the medical exam and then you see what happens. Just follow their instructions. And I guess that's it for now. Thank you, everyone, for coming on the show. I'm immigration lawyer John Cuss-Robbie. If you want to schedule a private video consultation with me or one of my associates, either email us at info@jqklaw.com. Fees do apply for consultations. We don't charge you until you tell us what's going on. We let you know. So you email us and tell me what it is. Just go info@jqklaw.com. reach 1 million views. Inshallah. Thank you, Yusuf. God bless you. Inshallah. The will of God being, we get this message out, we get more information out. Because, I get posts, people comment and say, oh, you didn't need a lawyer, cases are easy. As everyone's coming here showing, there's a lot of frustration in this process. Even if some parts of it may be easy, there's a lot of confusion and things that don't make sense. That's why we're here. And part of a lawyer's job, an attorney, an esquire's job is to always give back to the community whatever they can. So we write blogs and articles, we give videos and podcasts, magazines, all this kind of stuff to not only support the immigration lawyer community, so we have better immigration lawyers out there, but also people out there in our team, everybody just putting it out there, helping the world. I think it comes through. We have so many thanks and appreciation for all of you. So no, it's working. God bless all. Be safe. And I'll see you next Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And that's it for me. God bless. Bye-bye.